Hey YouTubers, God Eagle Eyes, Chosen Ones. How you all doing today on this Sunday, March the 9th, 2025? And it's after 4 o'clock and it's raining. So I had to, got out for a moment because I was having some anxiety and wanted to get me some ice cream today. I did a baked potato with cheese and ranch dressing on it. So then later on, I'll eat me some soup or whatever. Um, I'm getting to it right quick. Um, I speak that you all having a wonderful, peaceful day. If it's raining your way, be safe and just enjoy your Sunday. Or if you have to be at work or if you're already at work. But anyway, I'll need to talk to the Gen X's or anyone that has zero income right now and you're dealing with assistance on a temporary basis. Um, like I said on the other video, I ain't got it on the last video I did the other day. I'm talking about zero income where, with for me, if for example, just still waiting for disability or whatever come first, because I am a YouTuber, content creator, and advocate for mental health as I live with bipolar 2 disorder. Um, I want to straighten this part out where there is a stigma within the revolution of mental illness. And when I say revolution, it's it's out here. A lot of people have it and don't know it, and it don't have to be where you have to be in a mental institution. It falls upon the mental illness if it's like bipolar or schizophrenic. It goes higher in an estate that you have to be or been in a mental institution and saying now you have a life that you could work with now and all of that. So what I want to clear up about that part is uh with bipolar 2 is basically dealing with a depression that goes up and down, up and down. And right now it goes by also your surroundings and the weather. That's why you got to make sure wherever you live, what kind of weather do you have? If you deal with arthritis or whatever, you can't live in the mountains, dealing with or well, people live anywhere really, but you have to consider if you even whatever that you work or wherever the temperature is, you got to look at all that if you have arthritis and deal with different things like that, even diabetes or whatever. But anyway, I want to get to the part where it's a medical condition, period, mental illness. And it's not our fault because it's hereditary. Okay, let's get that straight. Because family members or children can make a joke about, yeah, they crazy, they mental illness, whatever. But you don't use that name really. It, you really have to do your research. But there are names that you really don't supposed to use toward people that are dealing with mental illness or mental health challenges because it would trigger them. And you don't want anything to trigger anybody that you can't handle the situation. So, but a lot of people are insensitive and they don't care. And the reason why they do it because it's something wrong with them. If it's just like my mom used to tell me, Paula, something is wrong with you. You know, I would say and do things and act a certain way, and that's bipolar. You got different personality mood swings and everything. And a lot of times situations make you like that because a lot of times we all worry, but that's why you put God first. You get in a relationship with God, and God in therapy is the most awesome thing, even with support groups. So that's what I really, really suggest for the solution for this revolution of mental illness. But with me, I find out that the longest I've been on a job was 4 years, and that was dealing with the waterworks construction, and I hated it. Excuse me. A lot of us have to do things that we don't want to do in order to get where we want. So it's to the time of point of being anointed and appointed for a position that season is over with, that you're in God's purpose, uh, in position to do what's supposed to be done in your mission. Um, but I found out that I can't hold a job. Now, I'm not trying to put can't in my vocabulary, but it's reality. I just can't be there long because certain things just triggers me. And then, like anybody else, don't want to be there. Some people just have to tough it out. A lot of people don't want to be at certain jobs they don't like, you know. And it's a blessing if you doing one and you're in your calling doing it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of us are not. And some people have to take breaks. Some people have to take mental health breaks. They have to go to counseling because of what goes on in the office, how people are. You be surprised. I mean, and then you don't be surprised. But hurt people. People in there, they not happy with their life, and then they want to nitpick at you, and that's in general. Family members, so-called people you be around, and then you even realize that that's going on like that. So, but anyway, I'm at a zero income, and my assistance is $40 on my lights. Okay, what can I do for my lights to just be $40 instead of going and asking for help and this and that? You get tired of that. You get tired of that mess. But they account it as income. If somebody give you something, they want their name and their number. The people don't want to be bothered with that shit. That's the same thing. What I said in the other, video. So, thank God for the 2 years I've been, in the senior living. It's wherever you live. If you have a voucher that goes by your income or what have you, or if you don't have income, I'm talking to the ones that are dealing with zero income, mainly Gen X. But there's a lot of others that don't have income and trying to make it. So right now, I'm just talking about just us. It's just us. Our children are grown, and we're just living, in our own place and still can do for ourselves. Or, if you're in a wheelchair, still do for yourselves, whatever. But a lot of times, you all got your disability. But I'm talking about people who's waiting, or they live with family and waiting for their own housing and income or whatever. But it's a lot of people waiting on housing, and they do have incomes. So, but anyway, this is a really what is catch-22 kind of situation. So, out of these billions of people on YouTube, there's somebody in the same position that you are. So my thing is, tomorrow I'm gonna make calls, and by me being in a small town, an hour away from Atlanta, because Atlanta is different the way they operate. But when you in a smaller town, and then you see the councilman or whoever walking by, a lady or man, and you have already familiar with them, I'm gonna call them and see what can be worked out. What can they do since they are in office for the town? Even asking the light bill company, they try to work with you. Already give you your senior discount, which is a couple of dollars. Everything you be grateful for. And then the housing, they're the one that gives out the money. So when you do your every 3 months, they want to see, the 2 months of your light bill. How much is it and how you paying it? Because like I say, if you get anything, that's called income that is coming in. But that's really the income that goes toward the bill. Now, you may have help otherwise, like, getting personal items or whatever and stuff. And people gonna do what they got to do to survive, okay? And they know this. But at the same timing, you really get tired. And it really helps you to force to really get into your purpose and basically your gifts. Your gifts will make room for you. So I do sessions of mental health mentoring, and so we'll discuss that in the DMs or whatever. But when it get to a point where you'll see a regular salary, then you report it and you move on. You be able to go and live like in a regular setting of paying your bills, like your rent, and you paying your other bills. When I first moved here, 2022, in this town of Carrollton, um, excuse me, my truck, thank God I could still drive it, but having still work done to it or whatever that needs to be done to it as I wait for my income, and I speak the income for all of us that is here now today in Jesus name. But to work toward it, I'm getting out here creating my content, and I'm doing things with my art, different things and sessions, and just moving forward to what I really am called to do and what I really enjoy doing. So, I'm just going to talk to the housing and say, well, how can I just live off deal with the 40 for my lights? I'm a person, and I'm speaking for the rest of us, that people that are going through menopause and everything, going hot and cold. I'm going through that. And then I wash, just a week, a small load with all I need to wash. So you got to look at that. It's totally lit. You got to look at your cooking. Oh, but when I first moved in, I was working with a Georgia Health thing, and it was seasonal. I was there for about 8 months. And when I moved like an hour away from where I worked, then I couldn't drive my vehicle like that for an hour every day back and forth to Atlanta. So what I'm saying is, when I came in, it was going by my income that I worked, and then I was able to pay my light bill and stuff without all that. But when it comes down to they pay and you have zero income, and then you got all these different little health issues that you're working on to better yourself, which I walk throughout the day, all day in my home, in my apartment, from the kitchen and the living room. Just uh, uh, I just walk from that. I have a circle that I could walk, like a little lap. Like you walk around, and it's a praise walk. So I be thanking Jesus, 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 and I do it anytime when I get up, go to the bathroom, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, whatever, and I do it throughout the day. So and then I'm watching what I eat and make sure I'm eating my vegetables and my carbs and the fiber, um, you know, uh, your salads and different things. You just more water, just drinking your water a little bit at a time. Because everybody don't like water like that. They just drink it the way they can, and just taking care of myself and losing weight and stuff. I'm grateful. Um, I haven't been bold enough to since I shaved my head. It's still, my hair's still growing, so I started to do it today. But I'm glad I did, because I throw it on my wig. It's raining. It's kind of cold, and so I just put on my slip-ons and just came on out. But every day I'm getting up, creating, reading the word, reading things that will feed and invest into me. And I'm trying to stay positive and to work on, just making sure I'm taking my medicine, even though, like, what's next? I don't have money, running out of uh my meds. I have to do without until God some way touch somebody's heart to bless for me to get my meds or whatever. And zero income, Gen X. Now I'm not talking. This not for everybody. It's a lot of people. They already got income and they already in position, already lives in a senior living and able to do certain things or whatever. So you all, when you living with bipolar 2 disorder, we're going through mental health challenges. Everything is just mental health. It's a revolution of mental health challenges, and a lot of this fall up under mental illness. But don't uh try not to react to when someone is uh making fun of you, like gaslighting, throwing shade. Even your own family would do that. So you just try to keep your calmness, because see, when God whoop you, that's a total different thing. You don't have to say nothing. Once you pray for them, because they already going through uh karma. It may not be today or whatever, but when people do that, you have to repent. You have to forgive yourself and pray for them. Don't look to see how they doing, because I used to do a bad mistake of doing that too. They're already going through it, because see, you'll block your blessing for trying to see if they catching their karma, because they're not going to tell you. They already suffering, so you stay away, even if it's your children or your family member. You stay away, because a lot of times even grown children get out of hand and think they can say anything to you, and then play as a victim when you say what you say. I'm from the old school. Yes, my mom and I was the only child, and Lord rest in peace. It's been 3 years since February the 18th that she's been gone. And we was like sisters. We couldn't live together, but we could talk on the phone all day. We loved each other, but a lot of things we didn't like about each other in our spirits. So I will say certain things toward her, and I had to forgive myself and repent and ask her to forgive me. But she'd be like, I forgive you, Paula, but you got to stop. At times, you got to stop talking to me like that, because it can come back on you. And it did, through like you say, through your children. You could curse yourself, as what you're saying. Curse yourself and your children and your children. And that's what's happened. You actually would know and hear about when you have uh run into a difference with a grown child, your grown child that already have children, then one of their children have said and did things out of order, and here you are doing the same thing. You have to keep reminding them you got children too, you know. And so, but you have a life, you have to keep going. Your children are not your life. Gen X's, they're not your life, because we got our own life. We're trying to keep going on with what we have. We're not looking for them. Well, I know I can speak for myself. I'm not looking for them to take care of me. If they want to bless me with something, great, and vice versa. But we got to be careful and remain in boundaries and respect. Respect and boundaries. We just got to know to remember to respect the elderly. And I don't care if they are drunks or drug addicts, whatever, or they wasn't there in your life, then you don't have to be around them. You just treat them nice and keep going and pray for them. We're humans. Parents are humans. Yes, we've done stuff, make a lot of mistakes. We did this, did that. So have you. And we're going to make more mistakes. And so you. To the day we die, we're learning. We learn from each other. You can't teach nobody nothing. Just you. If the other person don't know, they can teach you of things they know that you don't know. Some people say some ignorant stuff when they don't really. Some people, when you hear them open their mouth, it could be your own family member. They could be so ignorant, and then they have the nerve to say how ignorant that our parents were, or the parents are, or were, and they just as ignorant. It's sad when you listen and you hear them say certain things. It's like, you weren't born when I was born. We're your earthly parents, yes. But there's still, you have to still be respectful. And yes, it goes both ways. But I can only speak for me. It's okay if you go somewhere and y'all listen to music or whatever. But there's some parents, they act like, now my mom and I was like sisters, but we didn't go nowhere and hung at clubs all the time and stuff. I would take her around. And if she want to be with a friend of hers, I would drop her off. We could work that out. Like they want to go somewhere or whatever. But I guess I know some people, they and their children, they're grown daughters and sons, they party and do whatever with their children. Well, to each his own. But to a certain extent, when it comes to that point, you got to still remind them, say, yo, like, wait a minute, I'm not your buddy. I'm not your this and I'm not your that. But we still got to stay, both of us, all of us got to still stay in our place as a parent and as, a grown child. Because they'll think that when you're partying with them and drinking liquor with them and all this other stuff, smoking with them, they think you're equal to them. And you're not. So they'll start talking to you like they talking to one of their homegirl, homeboys. And, when it get to a certain situation, like, wait. I'm still your parent. But see, they watching you. How can you be my parent? And we always, even though they'll take you around and take you places. I know of a situation like that. They don't drive anymore, and when they come to town, they children take them around and stuff. And I think that is great. But when it comes to two adults that, when we want to talk and stuff, I don't want your children in my conversation. And vice versa. I don't want my children in my conversation. I don't even want to be in their conversations. They will, shoo away or take you out that chat, and they will chat among themselves the language they chat. And I think it should be that. I don't want to be in every chat or conversation with my children, grown children. And I don't want your grown children to be in ours either. That's not cool. When you holding the phone and they still on the phone and we're talking. Everybody don't feel the way you feel about your children. Everybody don't feel about your children the way you feel about them. Everybody not proud of your children the way you're proud of them. A lot of people really just don't care. So you all, let's just only thing we can do, keep God first. I always suggest read your Bible like it's a novel. I dare you to be different. What people think of us is none of our business. It's none of our business. We stay in prayer. Do what that will help us because everybody's dealing with mental health challenges. It's so much going on for us to get through this. And remember, everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. You know, it is temporary. It's definitely temporary. So I just give God the praise. I'm just thankful to have a roof on my head, clothes on my back, food on my table, and transportation to drive. Even I have zero income, and I'm not going to complain because God want to use you as an example. I feel like Job. I deal with some health issues, but now, you can always correct them, work on it. You got to do your part and ask God to help you. All you do is take a moment at a time. It don't have to be all in one night, all in one day. It's not going to happen all in one night, all in one day. You just still can eat what you like to eat. Like I got my ice cream, and I hadn't had an ice cream in about, a month or so. So you can everything you do is what I want to call it, um it's a plus, but I'm looking for another name. You can congratulate yourself. This is my month of birthday. I'll be 59 on the 21st. I celebrate the whole month. I get my little ice cream. That's my, I'm just not doing junk every day, but it's just the little things you do to you for yourself, and you're supposed to do that all the time. But when you have, a lot of people don't think their birthdays don't mean nothing to them, but I'm grateful that God created me. We're all unique. Be excited for your birthday because you matter. You matter. Everything is an accomplishment. That's the word I want to look for. I accomplished something, so I reward myself. Losing weight, doing what you're supposed to do, a little at a time. See, I can walk in my apartment. I ain't got to worry about walking outside. But I'm so glad to get some air. I got some air, and now I'm finna go back home, eat my ice cream, and get back to creating. Which I'm already doing now, creating content and taking it from there. That's all I'm doing. It's just taking it from there. I just give God the praise. It's hard. It's hard with zero income. It's hard at times. It really is. But I just want to say, Jesus love you. I love you. It don't cost you nothing to like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button every time I upload. I upload. I'm just staying on it. And I got a positive thing. I enjoy doing this. I'm not monetized yet. But I pray that when I do, then I can move forward to just go forth what I need to do, because all of this is temporary. All the assistance and different things like that. I want to be in a normal category. I'm not planning to be on assistant for the rest of my life. Now I understand if others do. That's not for you. I'm talking about people that zero income, Gen X, zero. Okay? You all take care. I love you. I really do. Jesus love you. And we going to get through this as fam together. Okay? You take care.